Welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Sarah Louise. I'm a reader of the cosmic weather, and I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week. So my intuitive take on the energy that's coming through this week and how you can best navigate yourself. So I am loving the vibe of May. I'm like, whew, seriously, take a breath, relax, we're good. Yeah, we made it through the hurricane. Yeah, and that's totally what April felt like. I know that the alignments were incredible and they were putting us where we were meant to see, and we were seeing what we were meant to see. And it was like huge revelations and internal kind of ripping open, and old deep primary wounds were uncovered once again, but there was more depth to them, and it was wow. And now it's we're in May, and it's take a breath, we're good, we made it, we learned a lot, we are different, and now we're in May. And there's not too much kind of asked of us, I don't think, universally right now, this week coming up, other than just to relax, chill a little. Yeah, you've been through a lot energetically. You've been in that kind of washing machine, whirlpool, current, rip, whatever you want to call it. And that was perfect. And now it's we have this little bit of kind of rest time. And the energy definitely feels calmer. Yeah. It's not so we haven't got that overwhelming angsty And this week, my advice is to become the observer. Sit back a little bit. Try and take yourself out of any kind of drama, any scenarios, and look at things from afar. So become the observer of your life. And when we do this, it's really incredible, because when we create that distance, we can see things slightly differently. When we're in things, sometimes, we get caught in it, and, our stories and our patterns can play out. And if we consciously choose to observe and step back, things can sometimes seem different, and we have a different perspective. And in that different perspective, we can create more clarity. And this week, we have the most beautiful new moon in Taurus, and it carries so much energy. And it's more of a planning moon, okay? So yes, it's for setting our intentions. Yes, it's for, the new cycle's beginning and all of that, for sure. But it's also creating more in that vision, because I don't believe that we are ready to walk that next stage quite yet. But we most definitely should be planning and visualizing and writing. Many people aren't quite where they want to be just yet, and that's perfectly fine. And sometimes we can kind of see a vision over there, and we're I want to be there, I want that. I can see it, I can kind of feel it, I can feel like I can touch it, but I'm not there yet. And I want you just to know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And when the time's right, you will walk into that. But that beautiful saying that I love, you can't eat fruit until it's ripe. So forget the impatience and the frustration and just surrender and just be where you are. And, just kind of step back a little bit this week and, as I say, observe. And with that beautiful new moon energy that's coming in, I want you to, be really I love writing down, what's the future dream? What does it look like? Because it's it's a real kind of creation moon. It's Taurus, so it's earthy. So my practice under this new moon will be, shoes off, out, sitting probably in my garden. If I can get to the beach, barefoot, earthing, tuning into that beautiful Mother Earth energy, universal energy, and really having a chat with the divine, you know, on where I want to be, where I want to go, how I want to feel. I'll probably do some writing around that, some intention setting, maybe make some clear steps of how I'm going to walk towards that. And, you know, and just kind of being in that vibe. But I'm not rushing out and doing, I'm more being. So that's very much the energy of this week, yeah. And it feels calmer. Yeah, it's not like, oh my God, you know, new moon, let's go, you know, it's, you know, start that new thing. It's like, there's an incredible deep earthy new moon energy coming in that wants me to really kind of open up to my heart's desire and really put it out there, and just put it out there. Have the thoughts, have the visions, write it down. But I don't believe it's a run at it right now energy. I actually don't even think we've got the energy right now to run at anything because of where we've been. It's been so consuming and so, you know, right now it's like, okay, I'm just going to find a little bit of stillness. So I do also believe that this new moon is very much connected to that Uranus-Jupiter conjunction, which was all about that new 14-year cycle coming in. I'm calling it like the miracle worker, where it's like, you know, some really kind of incredible things because of Jupiter are going to really open up in our lives, you know, and that will be dependent on where it's falling in your chart. But I feel like this new moon is the kicker. You know, I go to this gym class and this guy quite often goes, okay, the kicker in is, and I'm like, okay, you know, that conjunction happened. It was written up, but the kicker didn't get it started. So it's like, you know, it was kind of put, and now the kicker lets go. Yeah, and I think I really feel this connection to this new moon. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool. There's like some really good energy connected to this. So May's like, I know that people are still going through challenges, and 2024 on the whole, the energy is not easy. But considering April, I feel like May is a little bit more like you can take a breath, you know? Take a nice magnesium bath, you know, just have some beautiful nourishing food, you know, look after yourself, ask yourself, what do I need? The new moon is also around kind of our values, right, and what we're aligned to. So when you're doing your creation stuff, like really feel into, you know, what are my values? What's really important to me? You know, does my life reflect my true core values? Am I living in alignment with who I am? You know, am I living in alignment with my values? You know, not everybody else's around me, but my values. And if you're not, you know, setting those new intentions to get a little bit more back on track. So have a think about that. Have a think about what are your values. You know, we have our core values that don't really change, I don't believe, but we have these kind of fluttering values, you know, dependent on where we are in life. You know, tune into both. What's really important to me, you know, is my life reflecting those important things? And if not, how do I course correct? How can I make sure that as I'm, you know, what I'm walking to is truly in alignment with my passion and my values? And so good energy coming in, and please look after yourself, because we have come out of, you know, some pretty incredible energy. And just, yeah, I want you just to kind of really kind of be in your center, really welcome in that new moon energy, that new cycle, breathing the fresh air, breathing the new vibe, get out in nature, you know, nurture self, like it's softer. Yeah, you can feel it. It's different to where we've been. We've been hectic, and now it's like regroup, rebalance, realign yourself. And you do that however, you know, you need to do that, however works for you. So have a beautiful week. I will see you live online in a couple of weeks. We're going to work under that full moon that's coming. We all need a little bit of support around that one. And until then, just look after you. Love you. Have a beautiful week. I send you lots of love, and I will see you next week for our forecast.